Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you an update on the poinsettia situation, and we got a big show today because I'm doing two separate, maybe three separate things with two different things with the mini roses, and then maybe some repotting of some roses and some herbs. We'll see what happens, but definitely the roses I'm going to tackle today. And here's the first thing, the update of the poinsettia. I have great news. It hasn't lost one single leaf since the last show, and I think it's doing really well. I see some new growth, and the leaves have perked up that were here and looking droopy. And like I said, not dropping any leaves at all. So wow, really happy about that. So just taking care not to overwater it. Make sure I rotate it so that it's getting sun in different directions, and it looks fantastic. So now the second thing here is what we're going to do today is, if you can see here, this little guy right here still looks like he has a little life in him, and there's a trick to making things root with something like that. So I'm going to attempt that. And then this one right here, is that this one? Yeah. This one right here, I got two buds that are still hanging on, and I'm going to cut those and replant them and see what happens. I picked up some sand and some root hormone help, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to get to it. So that's the introduction, and I'll see you in the next shot. Welcome back, friends. Here we go with the first thing we're going to do today. We're going to use some sand, which I have over here. Oops, very heavy. Okay, here it is. Today we're using soil cover from Musserly. There it is. Anyway, we're going to use this sand. We're going to put it into a cup. I don't have any plastic cups, unfortunately, so I'm going to use my old mug, coffee mug. But what we're going to do is something I picked up. It might be too late for this to work because this particular thing I'm going to attempt requires something that's still living, but we're going to try anyway. So what we're going to do, give me one moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this little bud here, and we're going to take it and we're going to put it down for a moment. We're going to take the sand, dump the sand, so we're going to take to the cup. Wait a minute. There we go. Hopefully it's not going to make a huge mess. No, I got it under control. So we're just going to fill the cup maybe a little past halfway. Maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 2/3 or 3/4. Put the soil down. Okay, so I got the mug filled up with sand. We're just going to put some water into the sand. A lot of water, actually. Excuse me while I get the water. So here's the water. We're going to pour a whole bunch of it into the sand until the sand is basically saturated. Okay, maybe a little bit too much water. I'm going to pour out just a little bit of that. I'm going to go to the sink. Here we go. We're back. The excess water is gone. Put the water down here for now. And we're going to take that little piece of the mini rose that we did before. We are going to take off all of the flowering there. Yeah. I'm going to take that off so we left with something like this. Okay? Take off just a little bit more here. Okay, so now we're going to take off the back stem of it. So you're left with basically this. Now you put that with the flower part down into the sand. So it ends up like this. Now we're going to cover this, and it's going to supposedly grow some new leaves and all this and that. We'll see what happens. So I'll keep you updated. I'm going to cover it with some kind of a jar or, you know, plastic bag or something like that. And I'll report back to you. This one is still alive, but the flowers are all gone. You know what we're going to do now, actually, as a bonus? We're going to throw in some deadheading here. So we're going to cut off these deadhead flowers, because that keeps the whole plant from having issues. It's really fairly easy, so go for it. I keep some of these older roses because they look cute. And it reminds you what color the roses were supposed to be. So let's see if we can get rid of this one. Okay, that one's not gonna work. Oops. Look, something over there. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that, and now the yellow rose will have a chance to recover and hopefully grow nicely. These mini roses need a lot of light, so remember, always keep them in like 12 hours of light. Okay, so we're gonna put this one aside, and now we're gonna do some other things. Hello everybody, welcome back. So this is a situation with my white mini rose. Okay, it's still extremely dried out, even though I separated it and put it into its own pot. There's 2 buds still hanging on. There's parts of this plant that are still pretty green, so I'm gonna just trim it back like crazy and then replant it, because I don't think I let the roots get enough cleaned out. So let's see if we can fix that. I think this one is probably, the other one in the pot is gone. So first, let's cut down here. We'll see if we can save this one. Okay. I'm just cleaning up some of the stuff that just fell off. This is the best bet to do that. Okay, let's cut that back. Beautiful. Okay, that's fine. Put some cuts in the stem there. Oh, you're not seeing this, so I'll shoot. So what I'm doing is I put a few like kind of indentations on the stem, so there might be a little new growth happening down there. Otherwise, I'm just cutting down these dead leaves because they're distracting the plant from saving itself, really. So let's do this as best we can. Even up on these buds. This got stuff that's coming apart. Okay, this one we're just going to separate it, so I'm just going to cut it out for now. Okay, so this is what we have left right here, and I'm going to repot it because I'm not confident that the roots are where they need to be. So let's see what happens there. pot real quick. We got one here. Do we? Okay. Let's go with pink today. Pink is the motif of the day, as you may have noticed. Okay. Now I have just a tiny little bit of dirt left, unfortunately, but it should be just enough to be able to do this with this rose. Now, if this starts to go bad, I'm gonna take out the top of the plants and then put them underneath like I did with the other one, which is over there now, under the little mug and with the sand and the bud. So let's see how much dirt we actually have left here. I'm using my trusty yogurt container to fill it because it's on hand and simple. So let's put some dirt in there. Leave the center a little bit less. Hole there in the middle. Okay, let's put the dirt down. Let's take this out and see what the situation is. Gotta get my box for that. Where's my box? There it is. Oh, this box has a lot of stuff in it. Let's try to fix that. Oh boy. It's not gonna work so well. I'll just clean up later. Okay, back. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take this one out because I'm just gonna make a mess. It's okay, I'll clean up later. Okay, so let's take this one out. See what we got going on. Here we go. So these roots are not looking too bad, really. So let's just make a hole here in the center. I'm gonna drop it back in there. I'm gonna use fresh soil because I don't know if the other soil is too wet now at this point. So what's left of my soil, I'm gonna put it in here. Get the plant properly set up in its new pot. I'm not gonna overwater it because I think I did that when I first repotted this. That could have been part of the problem. I think really the original problem was it was too dry and most of the leaves and most of the plant died out. But hopefully this will take care of it. Okay, that's good enough of the dirt. I'm gonna put this back in here. It's still probably pretty good. And put this other stuff back in here. Okay. So here's what we got left. I'm gonna water this and put it into the sun and see what happens there. So there will be updates on this. The next order of business is probably repotting my herbs, but I think I need more soil for that. So I'm gonna go to Home Depot, get some soil or order it from Amazon or whatever, and I will see you again shortly. Remember to like and subscribe. Peace out, everybody. Bye.